Alright, welcome back. This is Taco Salad 223 and we're continuing on the beginner's guide from before. So, since I epically failed last time at showing you guys how to land, I'm here at Bajin Point above Area 18 where we started, and I'm gonna roll up in here and actually show the landing. Remember, never point at the space station when you're coming in at it, because you're going a lot faster than you think you are. And we're gonna wait till it starts telling us to contact ATC to land. Probably gonna speed this bit up a bit. We can see we entered the armistice zone, which means we're getting awfully close to it. And now it says, please contact ATC. So just like before, you can use your comms menu if you would like to call them. Or you can use the on-screen HUD and change one of your screens down here to comms. Call them there. Or personally, I set up a hotkey in the last video so that I could just click a button and we wait a second and it will tell me,
please proceed to assigned landing bay.
That right there. And that is that lovely little carrot icon we talked about last time, warning me at what hangar to go into. So we'll come into the space station here, nice and easy. Need to click in to put my landing gear down.
Landing gear engaged.
And oh, we're coming in a little spicy. There we go. Put my throttle limiter down a little bit so I'm not as jerky. Come on in and land. And we're down. Now there's a big bug in this patch where if you do not at least shut off your engines, your ship will spawn back in floating. It's not a good time. So I'm just going to press U, power the ship all the way off, then hold Y to get out of the ship like we did before. Now there is going to be a bunch of different parts to this beginner's guide, but I figured I'd show you guys why I had recommended this ship previously. So if we hold F, get close enough, we can actually open up this little cargo barge back here. And then we can open it up and you can walk up inside of this thing and actually access the inventory. You can store cargo boxes in here. There's all kinds of stuff you can do with this little box. If you really wanted to, you could stuff people in there. Haven't tried that one yet, but I know it'll work. Now we just got to get to the terminal so we can store our ship. Alright, then we've gotten to the fleet manager. Hold F and click, and then we can see store right there, and we'll go ahead and store our ship. And we see retrieve right there. Oh. Last time I shown you guys how to set your spawn. I'm gonna run back up in there again. Make sure mine's set, because we're at a different station than I was when I shown you. There's medical clinic. And let's actually talk about the hospital stuff for a moment. So we can see we're currently set here, which is great, and if we wanted to reset it to Area 18, we could click reset right there. Now the hospital has a lot of really nice features to it. For one, you can buy medical supplies here. We can see there's all kinds of different med pens we can use. There's a med gun and some other attachments for using some med gun tools. And then if we come on over here to patient check-in, this is actually a nice cheeky way of keeping your health up. And your food and your water and everything. So it'll assign you a room. That's room 1. And then we just gotta go find room 1 in here. It's probably this way. The signs are helpful. There's room 1 right there. Then we can come over here and hop into this medical bed, click lie down, and if you notice my food icon down there in bottom left, our food is low. And now you'll see we're healing and our food is going up quickly. So if you're in a place with a med bed and you don't want to have to go buy food to refill your food and drink, just go lay down in the medical bed for a minute. You can also access your regeneration thing here. And then if I click back, we can also give ourselves a whole bunch of medications for no reason. Then to get out of that, just hold Y like we do to get out of any other seat. Let's explore what else this station has to offer.
Here at Kelto RX is going to take great. Your medical treatment is always with the doctor.
So Easy Hab is where you're going to spawn over there. And there's always going to be an elevator in one of these stations. Unless it's Port Olisar, it's special, it's my favorite. But we'll look at that one day. So we can see we're currently at Hangars and Habs. We can go to the Cargo Center or the Galleria. We're actually going to the Cargo Center first. Elevators are nice and quick now compared to what they used to be, and you're going to be greeted with this. Now the only thing useful is cargo services over there. That way, there ain't anything useful over there. So, come on along this way. And this lovely room has all kinds of good stuff in it. We can see we got some armor and stuff we could buy, and you can actually, like if it is on a shelf, you can hold F and buy things. That's a way. Or we can go to one of these screens and we can buy different stuff. And we can see we can buy food and water if we want to. There's normal gloves, there's some armor, backpacks. There's all kinds of good stuff in here. You can also select where it's going to put the stuff that you buy, and sometimes it'll default to like a chest piece that you have on, and you'll try to buy something and it ain't gonna fit in that chest piece, so you'll have to change this up here. Then moving on, we can actually choose a category. So say I just wanted to look at weapons. Well, those aren't really weapons, but it is stuff that we can buy here that are similar to a pistol. So you got the multi-tool, which is a very useful tool we're going to look at in a little bit, and then there's 3 different attachments in the game for that multi-tool. The mining attachment and the tractor beam are the most common. I'm not sure if this torch is even usable in game yet, but it is an option. Once you select a big category, you can even filter even closer. And as of this update, if you don't want to try to filter to find things, you can also just type in the search box, for example. So that's a nice feature. The HUD is okay. And then what else do we got in here? We have a rental place. So if we come up here to where it says rentals, we can look at this screen and see we can rent a freelancer here, an Avenger Titan, or a Cuddy Black, which is cool. We don't need any of that right now, so we're just gonna move on along, and we're gonna go catch the elevator to a different floor. Alright, so this is the Galleria floor in this particular space station. They're all going to be slightly different, but primarily you're going to have food on the Galleria floor, and any other available things in this station will be on the Galleria floor. So for example, if we zoom in right there, we can see we got a Platinum Bay. Platinum Bay is used for ship components, and if we run up in here, we can see that's a cooler right there. That's probably also a cooler. And these things are actually really detailed. Like, those look like heat pipes, and it's just really high detail components, even though we can't see them on most ships at the moment.
You again.
Generally, you'll come up to this little kiosk, and it looks just like the other one did. You can pick a category, or you can just search what you're looking for, and there's all kinds of stuff in there. We can see the food court's going to be that way. Not so worried about the food court. This way, we can see we got a ship weapon store. And for example, you could just buy this huge cannon that I don't even know what it would go on. You could also buy all these really nice size ones. You just hold F and we click buy and it would pop up the screen telling you what it is and all that good stuff. And just like before, there's a screen. And you can scroll through here, you can use the categories, work it however you need to work it. And then there's a really nice clothing store in here, but unless you're just doing something flashy or want to kind of deck your character out, none of this is going to keep you safe in space, so generally it's not a ton of people spending a lot of time with this stuff. And then we can go up the stairs, and the last thing we care about in this station is going to be the admin center. And at the admin center you can sell certain items. So open up this door, there'll be another kiosk, and this is what the screen would look like when you're trying to buy or sell things. So like we could select the Mustang Alpha for example, and we could buy some scrap or buy some waste and fill up our 4 SCU standard cargo unit of storage in that ship and go try to sell it somewhere else. And we'll have to do a dedicated tutorial on this because there's more to it than that. If you want to be profitable with it, you got to do it right. So we're just going to go ahead and dive out of there. Alright, and last but not least, we're going to talk about how the inventory works in this tutorial. So when you click I, you're going to be greeted with your local inventory, and it's usually on this side, but sometimes if you're standing in a vehicle or something, it'll give you the option of local or vehicle. And then this side is going to populate with whatever your character is, or you can pop it over to vehicle as well. So moving stuff back and forth from a local to a vehicle is decently easy. And I say decently on purpose because there isn't currently, at time of writing, a move all button. So you got to grab every single item that you want to move and manually move it. It's not so great in that aspect. But moving stuff around, when it works, it's not too difficult. So I took everything off. This is what it'll look like after you drop your metal go down on the floor. Then you got to start yourself off with an undersuit. You can't equip arm armor, for example, without an undersuit. It doesn't give you a bind point. So start with this undersuit because I like that one. We'll go ahead and throw ourselves on a helmet. Once you put on your undersuit, you can add a helmet. And this game is very particular about the order at which you put things on. It's kind of logical in that way. So now, for example, I have a helmet and I have an undersuit. Now when I drag these legs over, you'll notice I get that blue circle right there. If I hover over that blue circle and let go, it'll just put it on. Now maybe I'm not getting the blue circle. That's possible. It does that sometimes. So if you're not getting the blue circle, another way of equipping items, such as this chest piece, is I can right click on it and go equip, and it'll just stick it on. Now that I have a chest piece and some legs, let's go ahead and equip some arms. I'm going to use the drag method. And now we have some armor on. Nice and easy. Now each piece of armor has a rating from light, medium to heavy. So if I hover over this, we can see how much it'll hold, its volume, its ammo count, and whether it is medium armor or not. And we can even see its damage reduction rating and the temperature that it will protect us from. Now, I got some different backpacks here. How backpacks work is you're going to get that nice little blue circle and you can drop a backpack on. But you'll notice on this backpack right here, it tells us that it is a light backpack. And if we hover over that chest piece, we can see that it is medium armor and its backpack compatibility is light or medium. So let's take off this light, hover over this next kind of backpack, and it's a medium backpack. We can also drag that one on, nice and easy. But maybe we want to use this heavy backpack that has a lot more capacity, right? if we want to carry that one, we would have to swap out and make our chest piece heavy armor, because we cannot put this on here, and by hovering over it and reading it, we can see that it is a heavy backpack, and core compatibility is heavy. So that's important to know. Now to talk about some of the more cool stuff. There's slots all over this armor for putting things. So for example, this med pen, you'll get those little green circles, which means nothing is in it. Once you put something in said circle, then you're going to get a nice little, let's see if I have anything else to put in there. It'll turn blue when you hover something else over it. I don't have another item to show, unfortunately, for that. But that's the med pen slot. Maybe I want to equip this medical gun. If I drag that over, you can see it has its own little spot. I can also hold a multi-tool at the same time, and we can see it's showing us we could either swap out the med tool, or we can put it over here. So you can have a med tool and a multi-tool at the same time. There's also a separate spot for a pistol. So now we're packing, we can heal our buddies or ourselves, and we can swap out and put on whatever attachment we want onto here. Now once we throw on ourselves on a backpack, let's put this medium bag back on there, we can actually hang weapons off the side of it, and you'll see we got 2 slots for weapons. So let's go ahead, we'll throw both of them on. Now, we currently don't have any ammo for our pistol. There's our pistol ammo. We can drag that and see, and it'll give us the option. Now, there is another option for equipping this ammo. If I just double click it, it equips it for us. And you can see it if we zoom in here and look around. Let's see, where is it? We can see it's right there hanging off of the belt. And we can do that with most items that are consumables. You can just double click them and they will go ahead and attach themselves. Now this little mining attachment, you'll notice that we get a blue little spot on here, and that is to load it specifically into the multi-tool, and you can see that that loaded in there, and you can just grab it by itself if you want to remove it and swap it out for something else. The med gun also takes its own type of ammo, the paramed refill, and ours is already full, so I can't equip it right there. We can also see some of those blue circles that I was referring to, and that just means it's full. And if it's magazines and a weapon and maybe you've used half of that magazine up, the dots around that circle will show you how much ammo is left in that magazine. Here we see our personal inventory. We can see we got our backpack space, we have our core armor components, we have our leg armor component, and generally that's going to be all the places you have to put stuff on your person. And like I said, sometimes you'll have vehicle right here if you're standing inside of a vehicle, and that'll show you what is in that vehicle currently. So, go ahead and drop my water in here, we can see that, and we can put it back. Now, like I told y'all, this game really likes you to do things in logical order. So, if I, for example, tried to pull, if we're looking at inventory on something, we tried to just pull an undersuit, and there's armor and stuff equipped, like for example off of an AI body that we had killed, that will not work. You will have to pull off the pieces that make sense first. And it can get really annoying if you got to move over a bunch of stuff trying to do it. Like for example, I don't leave anything equipped in this game because sometimes stuff will disappear. So for this, I don't even think there's ammo in that gun right now. I can't seem to grab it. So I'm gonna take the guns off, then I'm gonna pull off the backpack. I'm gonna pull the med gun off, pull off the med pen, the multi-tool. I want to make sure that I pull my pistol. I'm gonna pull off that ammo. I think this piece of armor is actually hard to tell. You get this piece of armor by doing an 890 jump mission, but some of them are a little easier to see the components, but I believe we pulled everything off. Now, like I was talking about before, if I want to take off my chest piece, you'll notice, or my undersuit, it won't let me, and it's because I need to pull off the arms and the legs, and then it'll actually let me grab that. And one more thing about the inventory management, you'll see that I don't have any open space here, and if I try to take something and set it on top, it likes to be weird and everything. A nice way of getting around that is going to your filters and just filtering out so you have an empty screen. And then anything that I try to move on over here, such as this multi-tool, it just goes in, no issue. And hopefully that helps everybody understand the inventory system a little better, because it's not the easiest thing to adjust to. So hopefully that helps out. This was Taco Salad 223. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if there's something you think I should have talked about or you just enjoyed the video, definitely go down in the comments and let me know about it. Thank you.